the inclusion of these ones. So what I did at the end, I created like this. I call it to get pages, which is the function in WordPress. The value is the permalink for this, and the post title is this one. So it is working fine. Now what I want to do, and what I'm going to do, is I'm going to save this information as part of the card information. So to do this, I go to the page controller, and I'm doing and well, let me open the meta thing that I had previously. As you can see, what I'm doing is every time I in the card manager I create one of these cards, I'm adding the values to different arrays. So the meta card contains the indexes, and the these other ones contains the information for the card, for the other properties, as you can see. So the automated process in page controller does not detect this type of custom behavior when we are saving the information. So in order to do that, what we do is we hook on the onSave trigger to change and save the cards as we are expecting. So in order to do this, we do something like this. Check it out. So cards. Okay, so there's that here cache, and here we're going to get cards. So cards equals to cards will be equals to request input, and we're going to request meta cards, which is this one. And if there are no information coming out, we default the value to an empty array. Here we make sure we use the WordPress MVC request class, so we can retrieve this information. And now we do for each. Actually, we're going to let's default the page cards as this request over here. So now we come over here and we do it for each. No, actually no. Let's do it like that. Cards. Actually, should be like this. For each request cards as index, because this will return the indexes of the request. And we have the input, the page cards equals to an empty array. We will always default it to an empty array. And every time we do this, we are going to create a page cards, and we're going to add a new card to our page cards. And the page card, we have an icon, right? The icon is so the other thing we need to do is here we need to get the temporal keys. So card icons, maybe like this, icons equals to meta card icons. Then we request the titles. Then we will request the colors. Why not? Then we will request URLs. Then we will request the descriptions. Then we will request, okay, so icon, title, description, color, and URL. So those are the 5. Alright, so we come over here and we check is set icons on position index. If so, we set icons index. If not, we set it as nothing. Same as with the title. Check if there's a title set on the position index. If not, the title is empty. We set for the color, no color. The color is empty. We check for the URLs. If not, the URL is, you can pass by an asterisk or a hash, and then description. Check descriptions. If not, then empty. Now we can save the information. So let's test it out. So let's play a blue thing. We're going to call it quick start. The icon will be FA, and maybe the same icon as this one. Icon holder. Paper plane. Alright. Paper plane. Description. Get started with WordPress MVC, and this will go to the documentation. So let's save this information. Now this will save it. Alright, direct modification of overlaid property, where oh yes, I got it. So we have to do it like this: cards, and then we have to save it. Page cards equals to cards. So this saved, but the information is not here because we haven't created, we haven't added the functionality to load the card manager with cards. So first of all, we're going to validate that the card information is being saved. So actually, we should be able to display this information in our home page at this point because the card is already created. Alright, it is not. Let me check the database and make sure that we are adding the card. Maybe we didn't add it at the end because the error popped up. So there's a possibility, there's a chance that it didn't add it. It was not added. So let me double check. Alright, so where meta my order by yes, it was not created. So let's try to add it again. Right, so quick star, flash paper. Let's do it on pink. WordPress MVC, and let's call to documentations. And now let's publish. Alright, let me check the database. Oh, it's not this one. Cards. What is it? Item 99. 99. And yes, it is being created. Alright. So this information should be loaded here. Somehow cards are not being displayed. So let's work and test out why. So we go to home page on the view. So on our cards over here, oh, cards is cards, page, cards, cards, card. All right, probably that was the issue. No, why not? Okay, let's do a PHP print R cards. Oh no, page cards. So we're getting the icon, title, URL, and description. So if page cards and page cards greater than 1, yes, this is true. This whole assessment should be 1. Is 0. Why? Oh, greater than 0, sorry. That's why. Alright. Cannot use standard class as an array. Oh, okay, so this is being established as standard class. So it should be like this: color, FA card, an icon, title, and URL. Right? Alright, wait, what? Let's roll back a bit. Let's print R again, the cards. See exactly what we're getting. Standard class. Here on R, right? Standard class. And yes. So yes, I was right. This is a class. Like that. This is calling to property icon. This is calling to property. Oh yes, and this is description. All right. Now this, there's an issue here, because this over here, the icon, this should not be body pink, should be just pink. What else is missing? icon holder, wow, place is a plane. All right, so there are a couple things that we need to change. First of all, here in our cards manager on colors, the thing here, we need to replace exactly, we need to replace theme dash with nothing on key, because like that. Okay, this add it again, so it should be on title quick start with a paper plane, no place. Cyan, pink. Let's test this with orange. And this should go to the documentation. So let's save this information and let's test it out. The color is the only one that is giving us some trouble. Oh, it's body. Gosh, what we need to remove. You see? You click quick start, it goes to the documentation. Perfect. Alright. So it should be body dash. What we need to remove are actually no. No, yeah, it's okay like that. Maybe we'll change this later. We should change it now. Oh, wait a second. Wait, let's go back here. So our page colors are like this, and let's add another one. We should be on card colors and blue. Yeah, it's okay. Let's leave it like that for the time being. Okay, let's add it again. So quick start, icon F, a paper plane, blue, this, get started with WordPress MVC framework. Uh-oh. Quick start. Get started with WordPress MVC framework. Then documentation, then update. Alright, so the body pink, same thing. What is this not being removed? Did we Yeah. All right, let's do it again. There you go. All right. So the next step here is that I want to be able. If you look at this, we're always adding a new one, but we're not loading the information from here. So what we really need to do is we need to pass this data model to the controller, so it is able to handle any type of data that is passed to this. But since this is an array and it's kind of difficult to pass information, an array information to to what is this a to JavaScript and HTML, we need to walk through over and create a small mixin that will accept any JSON file. We will compile it, and it will transform the JSON, read the JSON object, and based on that it will load the information. Okay, so let's do that. First of all, let me grab a drink. Nice, it's looking nice, this thing. All right. Let's add a comment here. All right. So I'm pretty sure I have this in another project, so I'm going to copy those first and use them as example. So yeah, let me open this in another screen and find the mixing. All right. So I have this mixing over here. All right, that I need to include. So we have scripts. Let's add a new folder. New folder, and let's call it mixins. New, paste, and this is called mixin JSON data.u.js. So we have this mixin over here, and this will help us convert this information into our model. Okay, this change, this set. Right. Going to fix this issue later. Alright. So we come over here, inspect, we check, and see if we have warnings or errors that we need to take aware of. No. Alright, so we're going to add that mix into our model and let's see what happens. So we go to component, should be mixins, and we want to add as mixin this one. Now all will depend on how this information is loaded on this file. Let's double check this file. Mixins. Right, the mixin is being loaded after the component. That might cause some issues. Let's refresh. Oh yeah, there's a comma here. Right, yeah. I hope it doesn't though. Yes. Yep. As guessed. an error here. This. Great. Now it's working fine. Now, avoid mutating a prop directly since this value will be overwritten whenever the parent component renders. Instead, use data computed property. All right. Okay, so we're going to add now in our model. If we come here to page controller, we're going to into our model page. We're going to add a way for this to transform into a usable array. So in order to do this, let me first of all check, because I'm pretty sure I have an example. Let me check, I have an example over here. Alright, so what I have to do is very simple. I come here and I do a cards JSON, and we will have a function get cards JSON. So we create this function, return JSON encode these cards. Now, but I have to do something else. Returns these JSON cards as readable JSON object view since 1000 returns a string. I have to do something because it might cause some issues with some of the characters. So wait a second, let me check where was this form event. I'm going to use this URL decode. We're going to encode this thing over here. So what we do is we are going to pass by this JSON data. We're going to do something like this. So we come over to our JSON, to our, first of all, to our meta, page meta, and to this viewer here, we're passing by colors, but we're going to pass by the model as well, the page model. So page is page, like this. And in our our cart manager, we have the page here loaded, but we need to pass by to our cart. Oh no, it's not here. Sorry, it's not here. So in our cart manager, we added a JSON model and JSON data. So JSON model will equals to a cards, and the data will equals to page cards JSON. What do you mean undefined? Oh, it's not page, it's model. So let's review what's going on here. I have our cart manager, and the cart manager has loaded some stuff. It has the JSON data and has the cards, but for some reason it has not loaded the data on the mounted function, which is the mixin. Which is this one. This. Right, so let's refresh this and let's look at let's debug the code. So when we are checking at this information and it stops, why it's not entering here? Oh, there's an error. Oh yeah, I see the error. This version 2 is because they changed the complete version. I'm struggling with this new version of Vue. I have been used to work with the other version of Vue. This one is so damn new for me. What happened? What happened? Where is my mixin? Where's the mixin? We were reviewing the mixin. Where is it? Yes, of course it is not. Where is the mixin? Where is the mixin? Data view. It is there. Right, below the mixin, please. Alright. So we have this table type data. It is string, should be. If we test this on the console, it should say that it is string. So it should enter here, this line. Then we're saying that we're getting this information over here. Let's parse this information and see you are indeed returning the value that we're looking for, evaluating console, and we indeed return the object, which has color, pink, and all this information. Obviously it's an array, so this is understood. So if I use now, avoid mutating a prop. Okay, so this JSON data is subject. So we move on. This JSON model evaluate is card. So this cards is an array. So if we move it like this, we now should have the cards as an object, and it's loaded. Perfect. Problem solved. Now maybe we can fix this by using something like this. Wait a second. View indentation of 4. Right, so here maybe we can do this. Var undefined. And data not equals to undefined. Then we assign this to this. Oh, it's not. Yeah, this is wrong. Should change it here. All right. Gulp. The first view was more flexible, that's for sure. This one has a lot of things that I'm not liking. Alright, we should no longer have that issue. Where issue here? Alright, so now it is loading. Oh, it is not loading. Why is not loading? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I cannot believe this. Where is our mixing again? Where is it? Alright. Alright. So our normal variable data should be the object. Alright. So we move on. Oh, I see. Yes. Yes. I don't know if I'm sleepy or what, but I'm not doing things right. Alright. Should be like that. Alright, now it's working. Now let's load a new one, and let's make this orange, and let's make this say page FA file. This is the awesome sample page provided by WordPress itself. Let's add another one. Should be game dev FA game. Make it purple. Want to know more about game development, and we set this to this one. Right, now we publish this. Let's check this if it is saved. It is. If we refresh this, now we have this tree over here. Page icon. Right, obviously we're missing an icon there. We can go to a Font Awesome and check one of the icons they have here. And maybe we can use one of these. Let's check. Bookmark, bullseye, maybe group. Maybe the handshake, why not? So FA handshake. Okay, so here FA handshake, and let's save this. Alright, so now the card system is working fine. You see, now I can create cards in unlimited unlimited amount of cards. And I can even remove them. Look at this. I'm going to remove something that one I will not like index FA cog cyan chow. And this will go to index. Update. So move on here. We refresh. You have this one. Now I think for the color over here, we have to set it item default. How can I set the color to cyan? It's not cyan. Alright, first of all, let me show you the removal. Let's test removal. So we will remove this one, and we're going to update. And maybe we can even change the page here to sample page. Alright, just to make sure, just to play with it. And voila, works. Magnificent. So made it work. We made it work completely. Alright, so this page is almost it's done already. The only thing is that color over there. Let's check that stars. Let's close this thing over here. Admin, no, we don't want to modify that one. So on the start, let's check the colors for these ones. So they have, it's not the start, it's index. So they have cards, container, title, card section, blah blah blah, item green, pink, blue, purple, primary. Alright, okay, so we might need to do something else here. So we're going to call to our Wordpress MVC page controller, And here, when we are defining the colors, we're going to add one more, but this will be for the card colors. Card colors. So we have blue, you have primary, we have green, orange, pink, purple, and red. All right. So now in our meta form, here, instead of sending over the colors, we're going to send the card colors. And in our card manager, maybe we can remove this and just print the key. We save this. All right, now we can change one of this. Let's change the middle one to cyan. Let's refresh this first, make sure we have the primary setup. And just to cyan, pink. All right, and we save, and we refresh here, and it is working fine. Awesome. Great. Alright, that's it for today, guys. I think I'm going to finish this session today. So there's a lot of improvements. The homepage is already done. I mean, if we check let's check what's missing. What are we missing from the homepage? No, not here, not here, not here. Index. So they have this menu over here. We have it here. It's fully customizable. We have this section over here. We have it here, fully customizable. We have the button. I have the button fully customizable. We have the buttons that are created here. We have our buttons created as well that are infinite. We can create as many as we want and select the colors. So that's customizable as well. And we have our footer that is already fully customizable and ready to go. So yeah, the index page is complete, we can say. We also have the page, oh, wait a second, what's going on here? Oh, this is going to the index. No, should not go to the index. I have to save this. And to refresh, we have our page controller that's already working perfectly. We have this is also page and it's working fine. This doesn't have a sidebar, as you can notice. And then we have the documentation thing that is almost done. The only thing that we need to work now is adding the sub menus based on the content here. And after that, there's something else I need to add. I'm probably going to create a set of shortcodes for this. I want to be able, let me show you what I mean. If we look at the start thing over here, do you see how nice this thing looks like? This over here. This is a notice thing, and I want to be able to create shortcodes for this. One for this tag, one for this if I want to add a example of code. Yeah, these messages, you look how nice these messages look like. Obviously we have the buttons. I want to be able to add this stuff over here. So yeah, this is the other section that we're missing. This on the button of every single page, that's missing. Also I need to I need to add a design for the blog and another design for the blog page, for the blog post. Probably the blog post will resemble a lot to the page with a what is this, with a sidebar, most likely. And obviously we'll have the button where, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do for this. Add this the button. All right. Yeah, it's looking nice. So have sample page, that page, and obviously I'm going to add the animated icon over here. But that's something that I will add once I start working on the content of the page. That's not something that I will create during my live streams. Yeah, so I hope you like it. As you can see, I created very well. Everything was easy. Aside from the view, obviously I understand the view section is a little bit complicated because it requires more um, developmental knowledge. But at least you have a guide. You can always download the code that I have created for this page and use it as reference to create a view application or a view component, same as what I did here with the cards. Very flexible way to add, remove, and yeah, modify the template for this via HTML. It's uh, very easy to use, in my opinion, and it looks nice. The other cool stuff we did actually, it was a pain in the ass. I wanted to do it with Vue, but it was creating too many uh, issues that I decided just to go to with jQuery at the end to make this reactivity, and depending on the template this information changes, so that's cool. That's very cool. All right, all right guys, that's it for me, and hope you like this tutorial. See you next